to JCE eConnect, the online series of lectures. So this is our first hands-on session uh, for your software application lab. So today we'll be seeing introduction to MSP. Okay, so as you have seen in the theory, we'll be seeing the first part where we have to start with, that is setting up of your options. For any new project to start with, these are the standard options that you have to set depending upon the scope and requirements of your project. Okay, so once you make your project and then you need to, and then if you come back to make the changes, it is little difficult. Okay, so just we'll glance up once. Fine. So first, before that, what is the major aspect that we are doing here? Okay, so this MSP is the project management software program. It has been developed and sold by Microsoft, and this MSP is designed to assist a project manager in developing the plan, assigning the resources to the task, tracking the process, managing the budgets, and analyzing the workload. Okay, so what you are able to see, this is called as your home page or the landing page. Okay, so this is called as the Gantt chart. Okay, why? Because the Gantt chart is a combination of this entry sheet what you are able to see, as well as along with your entries what you make, you will be able to represent the graphical part of that. Okay, that is with respect to the duration. Fine. And in the entry table you are able to see, okay, so here it will hold the listing of every task included in the project and will show the calculated details for each task. Okay, so the listing is as follows. The column contains the task mode, task name. Okay, task mode means activity mode, activity name, the duration of activity, the start and end of each activity, predecessors, how to represent. Okay, it has resource names, and also you can add new columns according to the requirement of the project. Okay, that I'll show you later. So first, when you open this, either you'll get the blank sheet, or if you get any previous loaded project, you can just come here, say new. Either if you want to continue the old project, you can say new. Yeah, you can say open, and just open any of the project that you have previously saved and stopped, or else you can come back here and open the blank project. Okay, new from existing project means what? If you want to continue the activities for a new project, okay, the same activities can be retained of the previous project for the new project, and some modifications can be done. Okay, but here we'll be starting with our blank project. Okay, so this is what is the blank project, what you are able to see. So first, as in I had told you, there are few options that has to be set for your project to start depending upon the scope and requirement. So come back here, that is file. Okay, in the file, the last option, that is, you can see last command, that is options. So in your option, you will be getting various tabs. The first one is general. So I think it should be a bit easier, as you have seen all this in the theory session. So first you are able to see here the default view, and have told you computer by default it will give you Gantt with the timeline, and that is what is more flexible compared to all other views. Okay, you'll be getting various other view like task usage, resource sheet, and leveling Gantt and all the other things. So that one we can just check out later once you're comfortable with Gantt with timeline. So I already introduced what is Gantt with timeline. Okay, you are able to see this Gantt along with the representation of the time. Okay, so that is Gantt with timeline. The second one is the date format. Okay, so date format, usually we select it as what? Day, date, month and year. So this is what I have already selected. So you can select depending upon your requirement. Okay, so if you're not getting day, date, month and year, it also depends upon your computer settings that you have made. Okay, suppose if you are not getting this, you can go there, change, and again come back and change. You will definitely get it. Okay, this username and initials will be all according to whatever you have done while setting up the file. The very next important option is your display. So in your display, the first option that we are seeing is the calendar type. So here we get three types of calendar. I hope you are aware that the calendar that we use is the Gregorian calendar. So this Gregorian calendar means what? It has 7 days a week, 12 months a year. Okay, so other than this you have Buddhist and Hijri calendar. So you can check out if you are interested what are those. Okay, so next one is the currency option. So in this currency option, it will ask you an option here whether it is for the project 4 or for which particular project. So this is one you have to make all the selections for the current project, or else even by default you can make it for all the project. But what I want is make it for the current project that you are using. Okay, so here you are able to see the currency is US dollars, but we have to make it Indian rupees. I also mentioned you will be using the currency of the country wherever you are working on the project with, or for whom you are working, or for whom you are making the plan. Okay, so I'll be making INR. So yeah, now it is Indian rupees. Okay, so next option is your schedule. So in your schedule we come across the important options like your week starts on, year starts on. So what you mean by week starts on? So here if I select Monday, it takes as Monday to Sunday. Okay, but if I just take as Sunday, it will take Sunday to coming Saturday. Okay, so here whatever you consider, that will be shown in your calendar. So here I am considering Sunday itself. Okay, so once when we come back to the calendar, I'll show you the difference what it means. Okay, year starts in January, then default start and end time, this is the timing of your company. So what you can do here is either keep the default time that is there here and make the changes in the calendar later, or else you can even make the changes here. Instead of 8 to 5, I may make 7 to 6. Okay, but what I suggest is this one, don't make any changes here, because in the calendar we have a option of considering the project standards. That means this one we can modify later. Okay, so let us keep this as standard 8 to 5. So hours per day is 8, thus hours per week is 40. Why 40? Because they are working only 5 days a week. Okay, so 8 into 5 is 40, and days per month is 20, because 5 days a week, 4 weeks, 5 fours are 20. Okay, this changes, don't make any changes here, we can modify this in our calendar. The very next option here is show the assignment unit as either decimal or percentage. So I've told you about this option that suppose if you have 10 laborers working, out of that only 5 are working on site. Okay, it will take as what, 5 exactly in number if you select this as decimal, but it will show as 50% if you consider this as percentage. So as a starter, the decimal unit will help you to understand the software or to understand the things better. Next one, new task created, manual scheduled and auto scheduled, there is an option. So in the next lab when we come across this one while doing the project, I'll show you what changes does it will make. Okay, and also I'll explain you the fixed units and fixed duration. Okay, so this fixed units, if you say, usually now if I say 10 laborers are working, and suppose those laborers are being allocated to the particular task, and if the activity becomes critical, and if you try to resolve the resources, that is if there is an over allocation, if there are 5 laborers but the work time is getting more, that means what, it will show as over allocated labor. So usually the option you can consider here as fixed duration. So just make the setting as fixed duration. So once when we come at the resource allocation part, you will understand why exactly we have to make this change. Okay, the next one is proofing. This proofing option is same as what we use in our MS Word, MS Excel. So if you want to make any particular proofing option for your file, you can go through this one. The next one is save. So this is very important, as I have told you, okay, because we save our files in various format, and the format that you save becomes the important part. Okay, so here when you check, there are 2007, 2000 to 2003 mpt file and .mpp file. So I have told you, if you save it in .mpp file, suppose if you send this file to anyone who is having even the higher versions or the lower versions comparing to what you are using, okay, so there the file will open normally, or it will all the options will function normally. Okay, else there might be some problem once you open the file. So I request all of you to just save this as .mpp file. Okay, default file location you can change according to your requirement. Next, autosave. So why is this autosave very important? Okay, so likewise in our word, suddenly if your laptop shuts down, there will be a auto recovery file in our MS project or in our PowerPoint. Same way, or in the Excel, we don't have this auto recovery files, right? So here if you select this option, auto save, every 5 minutes, 10 minutes, automatically behind your knowledge the file will be getting saved. Okay, so also now this might help you when suddenly the battery shuts down or the current shuts down. So for your factor of safety, just make it according to your convenience. Fine. So save active project means what? It is going to save only the current project that you have opened. Saved all the open project means, suppose if there are previously opened files, likewise you can see here all these files are open here, so all the files will get saved. Fine. The next one is your language. So you know we are using English United States. Likewise, if you want to install in the other languages also, there is a provision. Then comes your advanced. So in your advanced, I have told you, you can increase your undo levels beyond, because in your MS project there are lot many things where you make a very silly mistake. Suppose if you go around steps ahead, if you want to just come back and change, if the levels are less, you cannot do the much changes. So instead of 20, I can make this to your required numbers. Okay, next one is the customized ribbon. Now what you mean by this customized ribbon? It is about the things that you can that you require at the most, like the task. See here, the main task, this is the main task: task, resource, report, project, view, adds on, developer and all. So you are able to see, right? File, then you have task, this is what is available by default: task, resource, report, project, view, format. So all these things whatever you require you can add. Okay, so this is called as your customized ribbon. You can customize this according to your requirement to speed up your work. The next one is your quick access toolbar. So in your quick access toolbar, you are able to see something here on the right top, right? You are able to see the project icon, save, redo, undo, and your auto schedule, manual schedule, search. So this is what you can see if you want any of the icons. So all these things will get knowledge about this once you start working. Then you know what is the most frequently used option, and suppose that particular thing you can maybe 100% complete. I'll just add, okay, and I'll say okay here. So then your things will get added up. So we have completed with almost all the important options that is required for you to start the project with. So this was a small introduction to your MS project 2013. Okay, the software version that I'm using is 2013. Even if you have installed 2010 or 2016, that is not a problem, because there are no much changes in the icons and commands. Okay, so just go through and just practice in your own laptop. Just go through all these options. In the next lab, that is your lab 2, will start with a very first function that we are going to start is the calendars. Okay, thank you.